Now, going all the way into the beginning of human history, one of the first forms of clothing was a form of skirt called a shenty that was worn by the ancient Egyptians between 2700 to 2000 BC. And this was a wraparound skirt that was made normally of a linen material. As technology started to advance in the West, men could make something that was more suitable for covering their whole body, which was trousers. So more and more men decided to start to wear trousers, and then because women started to wear dresses at the time, a skirt was seen as a bottom half of a dress. And it wasn't until the Victorian era that skirts were officially effeminized, and it was associated that if you wore a skirt, then that was to do with being a woman or a dress, and women wear dresses and skirts and men wear suits and trousers. By the mid-20th century, there was this idea that a smart man and a respectable man wears a suit. So that more went into the idea of kind of like wearing trousers and wearing blazers was very masculine and made you very powerful, whereas women were meant to wear dresses and skirts. And I have many different theories for why they made it so official that a smart man has to wear a suit. Capitalism could be one of them, but that's not a thing I'm going to go into in this video. So as you can see, looking at human history, men have always worn skirts. And the thing is, in terms of being a man and wearing a skirt, it was people in the West and Western civilization that told themselves that skirts were only exclusively for women and trousers for men, because I think that only really happened in the West. Even in parts of the West, like places like Scotland, they have their traditional Gaelic kilts. If you go to places like Japan, they have a very genderless aesthetic in the way they dress, and there's a lot of drapey garments. And one of their traditional garments, the kimono, does kind of exemplify sort of like a dress, and the bottom of it is very flowy, like a skirt. Going further, the Samoans wear something called a lava lava. There's Africans, and I'm from Nigeria. There's our gowns that the Yoruba tribe wear. That is very, very long. There's the Christian gowns that people wear. So really, it's just really a Western thing that men, quote unquote, don't wear skirts, because if you look at anywhere else in the world, literally things that appear to look like dresses and skirts are worn on a day-to-day basis. So in a nutshell, most items of clothing aren't really exclusive to any gender or sex, really. It just comes down to if it suits you, if you wear it confidently. So I don't think this idea that men can't wear skirts is a bit strange to me. But one thing I will add is there was a huge difference between skirts that were worn when the ancient Egyptians were wearing it, or the traditional ones that men wear, and the ones that are made for women. Now, what people need to understand, and this is where I have a breaking point in opinions with, because there's a type of people that just believe you can wear anything, and while you can, because fashion is self-expression, and basically how you dress is how you express yourself. So there shouldn't be any parameters to how you express yourself. But in terms of silhouette, if we're talking just silhouette now, skirts for women are specifically made for female bodies, for the way their hips are and the way they're shaped, which is why a lot of the time when men wear skirts that are made for women, it looks a bit odd. That being said, any skirt that's made for a man always looks good because one, the silhouette's really boxy, or two, it's a wrap skirt. And the ancient Egyptians wore wrap skirts because the thing about a wrap skirt is it takes the form of your body. So if you're a man, it's going to take your broad, boxy shape, as opposed to a woman's dress that is made and shaped in a particular way. And I think people need to know the difference between a skirt made for a man and a skirt made for a woman, because it's all about body proportions. And that's why there are a lot of brands right now that I really like experimenting with like skirts and just aesthetics. If we talk about brands like Rick Owens, Rick Owens makes skirts for men, but he also makes these really interesting shorts. And basically they're just shorts, and then they have a flap at the front and at the back. So when you're walking, they have this illusion that it's a skirt, but it really isn't. It's a pair of shorts with literally just a flap in the front and the back. And I have a friend who owns those shorts, and every time he walks on the street, people look at him odd. And I actually find it quite comical that literally they're just a pair of shorts with a flap at the front and the back. Like, what is the issue? And then of course there are brands like Thom Browne, which is very much about tailoring, and the skirts they make for men are amazing. I've seen guys wear those skirts and look so masculine. And even talking about brands that make skirts, Comme des Garçons Homme, every season they release garments that include skirts. And I've seen a lot of Comme des Garçons skirts for men, made specifically for men, that look really, really amazing. And a lot of them, once again, are kind of like wraparound skirts, or the silhouette of the skirt is very boxy. And a lot of the time they have a lot of pleats. And I was watching this YouTube video by this YouTuber called Karen Britchick, who makes a series called What People Are Wearing in New York, where she goes around and basically just asks people what they're wearing when she finds people in New York that have really cool outfits. And one of these episodes, she found this Asian man who was wearing a Comme des Garçons skirt, and it looked so masculine. He looked chic.
It's Japanese. It's all called Comme des Garçons.
All of it?
Yeah.
Everything.
Head to toe. Yeah. So you see the button, the detail.
I love that detail. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
And
It's little details like that that make the difference.
yes. And this is the Homme Plus, which is for men. That's a collection.
Fantastic. I love the cut. It's like a tuxedo.
Yeah.
Like a tail. That is amazing. It's a tuxedo.
Yeah, it's like it's formal wear. It's highlight. You see how the pleat come here?
Yeah.
And then the jacket
The way
cut
it's
right exactly
snug.
where that is. So
Exactly.
it's meant to be paired together.
So, oh, it is. So it's like it's a suit, basically.
Alternative.
Exactly. I love that it's a skirt instead.
And it's pleat in front, and you can also wear the solid part in front. You can flip it around.
Oh, I see. You can like twist it.
It's belted.
Oh,
here.
that's great. It's like a kilt.
Yeah, it's a kilt. Yeah.
It's a kilt.
Yeah.
It's great.
I'm Peter, and then my page on Instagram is Peter High Fashion Low Price. You see all the designer put together in a very creative way.
So once again, I think men can most definitely wear skirts. And I find it strange that when a man wears a skirt, they're automatically labeled as gay or feminine. Especially when a skirt has the appearance of something looking masculine. I think men are just conditioned, and it's once again because of Western civilization, that this is for men, this is for women. The feminist movement were fighting against the notion that trousers were just for men, and the fact that women now wear trousers is kind of like a sign of power and a sign of going against the grain, which is crazy, that literally just an item of clothing, just because historically they've said this is for you and this is for them, is quite insane. But yeah, comment down your thoughts below. Do you think men can wear skirts, or do you think men can't? Once again, like I said earlier in the video, I think it all comes down to silhouette. Skirts made specifically for the body of a man is very different to skirts made specifically for the body of a woman. The same way dresses made for women look really odd on a broad-shouldered man, but there are dresses made by some brands that make menswear that actually look good proportionally on men. But yeah, share your thoughts below. I'd like to see what people's opinions are on this, because I know this is going to divide so many opinions. But yeah, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, turn on your post notification so you're notified when I post another video. Subscribe to my Patreon. I'm going to be posting a lot more content on my Patreon. That's the only way basically you can support this channel financially. And on that note, I'll be back with another video very soon.